Most Ameritrash games have a random element in it, and that tool of chance is usually some form of this: a die. This little random number generator has been a source of exuberance and frustration for thousands of years. However, there are some board game mechanics that help you control some of the chaos that comes from rolling this. I want to talk about some of those in this installment of Face Up, Center of the Table. Dice have become synonymous with games, including board games, RPGs, miniature games, and craps. In games like Monopoly, Sorry, and Trouble, you roll the dice and basically what you see is what you get. And that's where some of the frustration comes in for me. Personally, I like a little bit more control over the use and outcome of dice. And that's why games that give me a little bit of that control help me become less frustrated when things don't go my way. To be honest, the frustration never fully goes away. Since I have a background in engineering, my brain always starts running through these calculations and numbers and of when is the best time to roll and what do I need to hit and how many dice do I need, and even after all of that I may come up with a calculation of like I have an 86% chance to succeed. So I grab up all the dice and I roll them on the table and they just all come up blanks, causing me to lose and just throwing me into a fit of rage. Come on, Eric Lang, why did you have to make XCOM so hard? There are several game mechanics that let you increase the chances of getting what you want. One of those is a simple reroll. King of Tokyo is a great example of this. On your turn, you roll 6 dice, and you can re-roll those dice up to 2 times. So on that first roll, if you don't get what you want, you can re-roll a couple more times, hopefully get what you're looking for. Zombicide has 2 ways to increase your odds when rolling dice in combat. One is by adding more dice to your roll, which can be done through getting weapons or maybe new skills. But you also can gain new skills that will add a modifier to your roll, which will increase your chances of success. For example, you may need to roll a 4 or higher to hit. If you get a +1 to that result, then you need a 3 or higher to hit. So your chances of success go from 50% to 67%. Okay, fine, 66.66% repeating. There are some games that allow you to modify the result after the dice are rolled. For example, in Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition, after you make a skill check, you can spend clue tokens to convert investigation results on the dice to successes. Some games have mechanisms where you don't have to roll the die at all. For example, in Dead of Winter, when you move from location to location, you roll an exposure die. This is a 12-sided die that when you roll it, you could take damage or you could actually die if the bite symbol shows up on the die. However, when you're moving, you could decide to spend a fuel card, and this fuel card will keep you from having to roll that exposure die, so then you know that you're going to be safe. But there are just going to be some times in the game where you do not have that fuel card, and you realize, I have got to get from here to here for us to have a chance to win. So I'm going to go ahead and take that chance because it's a 12-sided die. There's only one bite symbol on it. The chance of it even coming up is like 8.3%. It's not going to happen. I'm going to roll the die. I'm going to throw it out there. There it is. It's the bite symbol. I lose. The character's dead. Game is over. Come on, John Gilmore and Isaac Vega. Why did you have to make Dead of Winter so hard? When dice are involved, you never really have a 100% chance of success. I just like games where it allows me to change the odds more towards my favor. That adds a whole new strategy to the game of trying to get additional dice, modifiers, and re-rolls before I have to rely on Lady Luck to smile upon me. But that is the tension that dice can add to a game, which is also very exciting because at some point in time, you're going to have to pick up a fistful of dice and you're going to have to roll them around in your hand. You've done everything that you can do. You've calculated your odds and you just got to let it go and see what happens. I've only mentioned a few, but there are a lot of dice mitigation mechanics in board games. What are some of your favorites? Let me know in the comments. Why do you hate me so much?